Hello everyone and welcome to the video, welcome back to the channel. Yeah, today I did a 3D model of a mushroom. Part 2 of the video is me working out the textures in Stable Diffusion, so we're gonna have a look at that as well. The mushroom is part of the set pieces that I want to make for the spacefaring adventure comic that I want to make. I will see how much of this I actually make, but yeah, it's a project, it's something that I can work on over time. So yeah, why a mushroom? Relatively simple. I worked on trees before. Here's an example. The model of the tree is relatively old. I think it's from 2018, and one of the issues is it is very detailed. It doesn't look that good in the end. It is very big space-wise because I made all the details, and it is very intense on my PC, so I don't even have the model anymore. I think I didn't check, and yeah, one of the issues is that I tried to make trees that didn't look good, and I made this one tree that looked very good, but I can't really use it. And mushrooms are interesting because they, as a thing, as a species, they are not really plants, they are not animals, they are something very unique to themselves, which I find fascinating. On the other hand, mushrooms are fascinating because I'm allergic to them. They kill me if I eat them, which is, I don't know, I find it I still find them fascinating as a thing, as a species. So for the space thing, I just decided I'm going to make like something spacey, space themed. No, for something space themed, I wanted to do like a mushroom planet because it is cool. I think it's cool. I think it's interesting. Heavily inspired by Morrowind, one of the best RPGs I ever played. It is also one of the first RPGs I ever played, so I think I might be biased there. But that notwithstanding, I really looking like I really like the vibes of like different mushrooms. I can play around with these shapes. They are relatively easy to shape, but I can still make them look different from each other. And yeah, this is basically the vibe I want to go for. Exploration, a bit of space weirdness, a bit of unexplained stuff. Mushrooms have a lot of different attributes that, or feats that I can use. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to the whole project and see where this whole thing will take me. And how far I can take it. Actually, there will also be modeling of some space alien thingies, so we'll just see how far the whole thing goes. Other than that, there is the second part, which we will come into relatively soon, which is about Stable Diffusion. So I actually wanted to also show in this video how I put all the textures and bump maps on the model, and I also wanted to show how I make the bump maps and the normal maps in GIMP, but I screwed up the recording at this part, so it wasn't actually, I didn't actually record it, I just recorded like an empty thing, basically nothing, you can see nothing happens, so I have to do this another time, but I will. So I will definitely show you how I make the bump maps, normal maps in GIMP in another video. Maybe the next time I make one of these mushroom thingies. But yeah, mushroom itself is composed of two pieces: the stalk, which you see here, which you saw just now, and I actually had to rework the UV map that you just saw, because I had to fit it to the whole grid of the UV view, so that it would, that everything that is in it would be part of it. that the tiling texture would actually be redone correctly, that it would yeah, tile correctly. And I did the top, the mushroom cap. So it's basically just two parts, but the mushroom cap actually split into two shading domains, which is interesting because I learned something new here. At the first one, I didn't name the shading domains. I just left them as the default domain 0, domain 1. I renamed the materials though, and when I put this in DAS, I had neither material. So I went back into Hexagon, not shown in the video, so I'm explaining this right now. And I just simply renamed the shading domains to the same name as the materials, and voila, I just had the materials in the final model though, so I could actually give both pieces different textures. The mushroom cap had a texture that I'm actually making in Stable Diffusion later in the video. I also made one for the stalk, but I didn't choose the one that I'm making in the video, so you will see me make one for the stalk that I'm not using this time. But you will see me make the one that I used on the mushroom cap. And the lower part of the mushroom cap, like the inner part, where the spores are and stuff, is actually illuminated because I just really like to work with lights. I like to play around with them, see how it works, and I'm actually getting better at this. I'm actually making progress. You can see this at the render at the very end, that this is going better than before. And we are at the second part. We are in Stable Diffusion. You can see me texting the whole thing. I have a LoRa that I use to make specifically used to make textures. In this case, I screwed up a bit because at first I typed texture of mushroom stalk, and this gave me whole mushrooms. The texture is tiling, or the pictures are tiling and seamlessly tiling, which is part of the whole prompt. But yeah, I had to basically refine the whole texture of thing, which is the trigger word for the LoRa that I used. And first I worked with white wood, which didn't really work that well, so I went to smooth white stalk with gray veins and stuff. I added a bit of detail and actually got these beanstalk like things, which is the first idea that I had. I made the whole texture. I made the normal map and the the normal map and the bump map, put it on the model, and then I saw, okay, this is a bit too much. It's a bit too heavy. It puts too much detail on the stem, on the stalk. So I used another one of these and reiterated it 1 or 2 times, as you can see right now, with the image to image part. I scaled all them up to 1.5K, 1500 pixels by 1500 pixels, roughly. And yeah, I have them all seamlessly tiling, so I can wrap them around the stalk and the top realm with relative ease. Next thing I did is I made the one for the mushroom, for the outer mushroom cap. The inner mushroom cap doesn't really have a good texture. It's just like illuminated, so yeah, it's just shedding light a bit. And yeah, I try to go for something with like these veiny details, and while I have a texture I really like, it looks cool, I will try to use this texture on other models as well. I'm not 100% happy with how the bump maps and the UV maps, the bump maps and the normals work. So what I will do next time I do a mushroom, I will actually model the veins by hand, put them on, see how it works differently, how it feels, and see if I can make a better model and a better effect, a better visual effect with this. But yeah, that's it for this video. You can see the final texture here. Really happy with how this turned out. Definitely going to use it on some other stuff. Enjoy the render. Thanks for watching. Stay healthy, stay safe, and I'll see you guys around.